Hi, good evening all. I bet you didn't expect that intro. I didn't give you any notice about this one. Guys, this is a show I'm going to be calling Sabres to the Future. And what we're going to do in this segment on the channel is we're going to specifically target our youth, okay? Our guys that aren't on the team, or guys that maybe are called up, things like this, but guys that are really not Sabres yet that we know are headed in that direction. So that's what's going to happen. Now, what you've seen there, you just seen, I only have the intro ready for this channel. I don't have the mini intro where I want to get like a Let's Go Buffalo after, you know, like I usually like to do. And the outro is going to be my old school outro for now. The outro is another project. I don't want to talk about it. But, and the background is, I don't even know if it's a regular thing. It's just that the intro's ready. I figure it's time to launch this segment on the channel tonight. So on this one, and what I'm going to do, guys, on the thumbnails, I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'm just going to say what volume it is, okay? I'm going to start doing that, I think, when it comes to this particular segment on the channel is not, you know, just not say nothing. I'll just put what volume it is or whatever. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure. Kind of which way I want to go with that. And that way you just tune in and you say, okay, well, what youngster are we talking about in this one? So, okay, guys, I am going to get my glasses on. There might be some glare because I haven't really worked on the lights good enough. But on tonight's episode, and I will do it this way too. Here is who we are focusing on. Here's the clip. And tonight we're going to focus on Matthew Savoy. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of breakdown on Matthew Savoy. We're going to talk a bit about him. Look, he was our top draft pick this year. And I'll tell you what, if he hasn't impressed you yet in training camp, I don't see if he's ever going to, guys. I mean, he's impressed me. He looks pretty damn good so far. All right, so let's look at some of his statistics. Not normal statistics, height, weight, all this stuff. Here we go. So he's born on New Year's, which I didn't know till I chopped this up today. He's born on New Year's. He's only 18 years old. He's from St. Albert, Alberta. He's 5'9", 179 pounds, and he's under contract to the year 24-25, of course. He's in his entry level right now, and you see signed 9th overall pick. Now, I want to show you a clip here, a breakdown of him, a small breakdown. Okay, it says heavy crossover use and constant motion propel his high pace, constantly attacking approach, making his every puck touch an opportunity to create a scoring chance. Then Savoy stacks a brilliant first touch, handling skill, and an in-stride wrister, and a 1- and 2-touch passing ability on top of that skating and pace combo to ensure many of those chances aren't for naught. You know what? We're going to talk a bit about that in a second. But let's look at his career numbers up to this point, guys, up to this point. Okay, so this is his regular season statistics, okay? And we'll go right back to 2016-2017. Take a look at this. 35 games, 34 goals, 27 assists for 61 points. And right there, you got to figure he's what? He's a kid. He's a little kid there. But he obviously was one of the best kids in his league. Look at this next year here, and under 15 again. He's 30 games, 28 goals, 69 assists for 97 points. I wonder if the coaches knew then he was headed to the NHL. They must have had an idea. And then we'll go to 2018-2019, 31 games, 31 goals, 40 assists for 71 points. In 2019-20, in 22 games in the under 18, he had 19 goals, 33 assists for 52 points. And then we start getting, I guess you could say, into the bigs a bit. You know, he in WHL, Winnipeg Ice, played 7 games, no goals, but 7 assists. 22 games, 7 assists. Guessing limited ice time, I'm guessing, but again, he was very young. And then we go to 2021. not much there on AJHL. We'll go to USHL. And 34 games, 21 goals, 17 assists for 38 points. And then, of course, last year in his draft year in the Western Hockey League, he had 65 games played, 35 goals, 55 assists for 90 points. Now, let's look at the playoffs on the right. You're going to see 10 playoff games, 3 goals, 3 assists. 4 playoffs game, the goal, 5 assists. He just produces everywhere. 5 games, 3 goals, 9 assists for 12 points. Then 2 games, 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points. And this is him in the under-18 tournaments. My goodness, 7 games. He had 19 points in those playoffs. No points in the USHL in 2 playoff games. And last year's playoffs in the WHL, he had in 10 games, 6 goals, 6 assists. Numbers are good, right? Numbers are solid. I mean, there's a reason he's a first rounder. You don't just look like Danny Briere and become a first rounder because of that. There was a reason. So let's look at tournament statistics. This is what I check. Okay, 2013, 2014 in 6 games, 5 points. Look at this though. This draft day hockey selects under 12. When he was under 12, he went to some tournament. In 9 games, he had 16 goals and 12 assists. 28 points in 9 games. He must have destroyed it. In 2016, 2017, in a AAA, 15-year-olds, which is excellent hockey at bantam level, 5 games, no goals, 4 assists. And then in the Western Canada Selects under 13, in 9 games, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. You get the picture, guys. He shows up more in these tournaments. In 2017, 2018, in 6 games, he had 5 goals, 13 assists for 18 points. Western Canada Selects under 15. 8 games, 9 goals, 4 assists for 13 points. And then 2018, 2019 in Team Alberta. In the CWG, he was in 6 games, 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points. And in that same year, for Team Alberta Yellow, the Alberta Cup, in 5 games, he had 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. And then in 2019-20, he had in the under 16, he had 4 games, a goal, 2 assists for 3 points. In the playoffs, you just see up on top, 2 games played, goal, 2 assists for 3 points. So his numbers, guys, are just good everywhere. They're just good everywhere. So I don't think we have to worry too much about Matthew Savoy cutting this team eventually. And the thing is, he could be, I'm taking it off in case the glare hits. He could be one of those guys that I think that could cut the team this year and surprise everybody. Just surprise everybody and cut the team. He could. He looks that talented, this kid. I know that's a push. He's 18 years old and he's a forward and the odds are really low and probably won't happen. But if it does happen, if he ever cuts the team, if he just impresses so much in these preseason games, they're going to have no choice but to try and keep him up a bit because it's kind of a shot in the head if he's one of the best Sabres, let's say in the next 5 games that are coming, and they send him down, unless they've talked with him and said, listen, we're not keeping you up here this year no matter what. What we might do, though, is call you up. But they've already taken care of him financially, so he's good either way. I'm excited about this kid. I really am. I didn't know much about him at the draft, guys. I heard the name. You guys know I had my eyes on Connor Geekie, but like this Matthew Savoy kid, I think we made the right call. Really, this is why I shouldn't be the GM. I just tell you, no matter what, I probably would have chose Connor Geekie. But this kid really shows the potential of a future superstar. And everything we've talked about here, if you go and do the history in Danny Briere, you're going to see a very similar history with Danny Briere also, like this kid. This kid not only looks like him, he almost plays like him. Just seems that way. All right, guys, that's it. That's the first segment of Sabres to the Future. We're going to have a little fun with this. And again, just my intro is the only thing that's really set in stone with this video. And what we'll do is we'll just talk in the future about other prospects that we have in our pipeline that we're all excited about. See you in the next one, guys.